Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your new moon in Capricorn reading. So, this new moon is taking place on the 18th of January. It is happening at 28 degrees, so you can look in your chart and see where that resides, what house that is activating. We are at the closing out a cycle. At the same time, we are starting something new. So, there is that energy that's going to be carrying out about completion of cycles, and again, you can look at what house resonate or what house this is for you, and you can see where that closure is happening and that activation is happening at the same time as well. So let's take a look at the energy that is showing up for you for the sign of Capricorn for this new moon. Okay, this is the first card that wants to come out, Judgment. Wow, major arcana card starting right off. So I do feel this is going to be a powerful time of I feel transformation, but I do also feel as a result of a judgment. Bottom of the deck is the sun. So I feel at this time during this new moon, something is going to be illuminated, seen for what it truly is. The light is going to shine on something that I feel has been hidden in the dark. I do feel like judgment is being rendered as a result of all of this. So, again, take what resonates, release what doesn't. You know where you fit in this. And if it doesn't, nothing fits, it's not for you. So let's keep moving. Next card that shows up is the Three of Fire. So I feel like this judgment allows someone to move forward. It does give that indication that there is a favorable judgment coming that is going to move energy forward. Whatever is being discovered or uncovered or whatever this is for someone, the judgment is a result of a Ten of Air, which is a betrayal. So I feel the betrayal is what's going to be uncovered, illuminated, seen, and it is going to bring judgment down as a result of all of that. For some of you, this is going to liberate you, allow you to move forward, towards victory and success. If you're on the wrong side of this, then you're going to be under a judgment, and moving forward probably may not feel very exciting or pleasant. That's just the vibe I'm getting. So let's keep moving and see what other energies are showing up. This is for the sign of Capricorn. Again, I feel like the judgment is a divine intervention. It is a judgment from the higher realms. And I feel this judgment is as a result of a Ten of Swords, which is a betrayal. So I feel like someone's being caught out for a betrayal that has happened. It's going to allow someone to be liberated and set free to move forward. Next card that comes up, yes, absolutely, the Fool card, right? And that talks about a new beginning. It talks about a fresh start. It's talking about someone taking a leap of faith, is what is happening. I'm feeling in this energy with this new moon. Bottom of the deck is the Strength card. A lot of major arcana cards showing up right away. So this does feel like very big energy to me. I am feeling that this, new beginning is going to be the opportunity to embark on a new path, along a new journey. Disconnected and liberated from whatever the betrayal was, is how I'm feeling with all of this. I don't know why I feel like I just feel this energy of that betrayal, like part of that judgment, somebody standing underneath a light of shame, guilt, remorse. That sort of energy is how I'm feeling. Not that you care about any of that, but I'm just saying what I see or what's coming through. So let's grab a couple more cards. Next card that comes up, as soon as it came up in reverse, and then I was guided to flip it upright. So this is a pretty big deal. Judgment and justice are both out here. That Ten of Swords has already presented itself, and I'm feeling there was an injustice, something that has happened in the past. Two of Waters is on the bottom of the deck, so this could vary for each and every individual. For some of you, it could have been an injustice that sabotaged a connection or a union. For others of you, this could have been a betrayal, an injustice of a connection, of some sort of coming together of something. I really feel like partnership, maybe in business or some sort of business, uh, you know, endeavor, whatever. That's how I'm feeling. Again, you see the lineup of major arcana cards that are showing up here. That's a lot of major arcana cards. So whatever this is does feel like it's a very big deal. I feel like it's going to be life changing for everybody involved, for the good and for the bad. If you have been the recipient of this injustice, like this justice being served is going to bring the scales of balance in to balance out the situation. You'll be liberated in order to to move forward. If you've been the person initiating this injustice, then don't expect that outcome. Messenger of water is showing up next, and there's the news, the communication, the information. I also feel like this could be an incoming apology. Bottom of the deck is the Emperor. Wow, big, big energy showing up with all these major arcana cards. So this does feel very big and powerful. I want to see what's underneath this Emperor. Underneath the Emperor was the Queen of Waters, and underneath that was the Devil card with temptation. So I am feeling, when I see that messenger of water, I see that queen of water, I feel intuitively, something gives me the vibe that this isn't going to shock anybody. I feel like they've known this. They just never had the physical validation. I feel like the physical validation is coming through. I'm also pulling on, like this could have been, like I said, that two of water could have represented someone's, endeavors when it came to business, like somebody who was in alignment on their path, doing what they're meant to do, serving their life purpose, that sort of energy. And there was something that sabotaged that energy, right? This is giving me the energy of somebody who was meant to build something with that emperor energy. I'm also feeling with this energy, with this emperor could represent an individual who has a lot of power, a lot of authority. The emperor does. It's a true leader. And I feel this energy, like if this is a judge, or, if something in here was illegal or done unethically or something like that, it's like somebody could have crashed out their whole entire future just as a result of whatever injustice this was. The person who's the recipient of this injustice, though, is going to be liberated and move forward. And I feel like a lot of things are going to come together quite quickly for you in order to grow, evolve, move forward, and reach the true level of success that was intended for you. Yes, this is why the judgment is here. The judgment is here because of a temptation of some sort of toxic behavior, patterns, actions, something that they did, possibly, through lies or false information, trying to keep somebody stuck, trapped, unable to move forward, unable to reach success and victory. Like if you are literally doing something to sabotage somebody who is serving their life purpose, like I would not see a very favorable judgment coming out on that. I could see something extremely harsh coming out as a result of that. You can see the snake in that picture. Someone's had to overcome, persevere over a lot of toxic challenges, and I don't feel like they were just freak things that happened. They were an intentional, vicious sort of energy. Look, Eight of Swords on the bot, right, coming out next. I feel like somebody was stuck for a while, not necessarily able to see the way forward. You see the sign of Jupiter here as well. Jupiter is in the sign of Cancer right now, and that talks about the home, family, foundation, place you feel safe, secured, nurtured, and loved. I'm really drawn to the cardinal. And to me, this is talking about a liberation. That cardinal was liberated from that cage that they've been stuck, trapped, and unable to see their way out of. I do feel like this also is an indication to whoever is on that reciprocating energy, this intentional, devious, malicious, vicious energy that was trying to keep someone stuck, stagnant, or unable to move forward. I feel they're getting caught up. I feel like they're going to be stuck, dealing with some significant things. I say that I'm seeing the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck, this can indicate not only truth and clarity that's coming in about this situation, but it can also be a very big indication of maybe an investigation that took place or an investigator, that sort of thing. The King of Swords does represent a professional individual if we're speaking, in things like that. So let's take a look at the Three of Fire. Let's see what clarity we have for this Three of Fire. This Three of Fire is you moving forward. You're meeting your ships or heading towards your ships that are coming your way. It talks about growth and expansion. If you felt very stuck lately, trapped, like things weren't happening, I feel there is going to be a significant shift and change through this liberation process, through this judgment being rendered. It's amazing how the truth comes to light. I know there's many, many people out there who think they can do stuff and hide stuff and never get caught up for their stuff, but that's not going to be the way it works in today's age and time. In the Aquarian age, it is going to all be about integrity, transparency, truth, clarity, humanity, that sort of thing. So these demonic spirits really have lost a lot of, or they are losing a lot of power, going from the Piscean age into the Aquarian age. And yes, so we see the Two of Swords showing up, and this talks about someone being at a crossroad. This also talks about, with these swords being up, is somebody can clearly see, even being blindfolded, I feel like intuitively they can see the way forward. They know what to do. I feel like there is a blessing that's going to be bestowed on someone, and I feel like this is all coinciding with that judgment and the justice to bring balance to the situation. It's going to liberate someone and allow someone to take and embark on a new path, a new journey, maybe in an entirely different direction. Even if this was, I mean, I did see the Two of Cups. So again, for some of you, this can be in regards to relationships. For some of you, I feel it can be part of a business adventure or something like that. But nonetheless, I would not be surprised at all, just with the energy I'm feeling, for someone to totally head in a different direction. Like if you were, back in the day, trying to establish some sort of business adventure, that sort of energy, and it was sabotaged. Like I could see you heading in a totally different direction. If this is someone where it was a connection, a union, a relationship that was sabotaged, I could also see somebody heading in a new direction where they no longer have or hold the love, the interest, the connection, and moving forward. Yes, look, second time. Second time. There's a new beginning that's happening right now for someone. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands, where that new beginning is taking action. Let's see where this is going, because I really feel somebody is going to literally walk away and leave the past, just totally in the past, and head in an entirely new direction. I don't feel like they're taking anything from the past with them. The Fool often indicates going very, with no burdens, no baggage, none of that stuff. So I do feel very strongly that this is exactly where someone is headed, into an entirely new direction, fresh, new. Maybe it's something that's just barely, starting to churn in your thoughts, your mind, or you're receiving downloads, or just you're thinking of different ideas, exploring different options. And I feel like it has nothing, or looks nothing like it did in the past, is how I'm feeling with this. So let's get some clarity on this Fool energy. Let's get some messages. Wow, I would agree. I definitely would agree, because we see these two came out together, and that's the Ten of Wands to the Sun. And this leap of faith is taking somebody towards the sun. This illumination is going to, like, I've seen the sun already. Yes, look, Three of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like there has been a lot of baggage, a lot of burdens. I feel if this was intentional, this is like a return to sender. This is like you're going to reap what you sow. I feel like somebody has somehow been carrying a lot of baggage, a lot of burdens, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of weight on their shoulders. And I feel like it, not that this person isn't strong, whoever I'm speaking to, but I feel like there's something that the sun is going to illuminate, right? Because when we have a new moon, the moon is sitting right next to the sun. The sun is going to illuminate what has been hidden, what betrayals have happened, or where these betrayals came from, and it's going to put that baggage on the shoulders of that other on the other side of this, at the same time allowing and illuminating you to see a way forward, moving towards there. Again, Three of Wands, we've seen it, Three of Wands, your ship's coming in, putting this turbulent energy, the emotional instability, the emotional turbulence in the past, and head towards calmer waters. So I do feel someone taking a leap of faith in an entirely different direction. Like, this is somebody who I feel, whatever this was, whether it be within relationship or with it being in um, a career or business is adventure, like, they're just going to start fresh, clear palette, clean plate, fresh, fresh story, fresh, create an entirely new world. So here's another messenger. We see the messenger over there. There is news or information that's coming through. I feel like this is really going to be strong around the time of that new moon on the 18th, where kind of like a lot of, it's easy to connect the dots. It's easy to see why things happened and how they happened, and why, like, who was involved in them happening. It just gives me that sort of energy. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. This is really going to help someone propel them forward quite quickly. There's a lot of things happening, a lot of movement, a lot of things changing, which is very clear and evident just by all the major arcana cards that are out here right now. So I do feel, expect a lot of things to happen at once, expect a lot of moves and changes, a lot of communication, a lot of information coming in at a rapid speed is how I'm feeling. I also keep feeling that energy of an apology wanting to be offered, or somebody wanting to communicate about something. I'm kind of feeling, this is like someone who knows it just gives me that energy of like, okay, everybody's about to get caught for what just happened. So maybe if I'm the first one who shows up and spills the truth, then, maybe that judgment won't be so harsh or heavy on me. I'm not feeling like that's going to be the case, but I'm just saying what I'm feeling. We have the Jupiter card at the bottom of the deck, and I do feel like there is this change that is about the divine timing. It is about the growth and expansion and moving forward, and it's about a higher learning of seeing something a lot different. So there could also be travel involved with all of this as well. Let's see. Give me another energy. Give me one more message, one more clarifying card for this Justice card. So I do feel someone's about to enter in, bringing some sort of news or information in regards to an injustice that has happened. I feel like there is going to be this, need or requirement to take action. If this was something that happened, it was illegal, something like that, I could feel that moving forward. Absolutely. Accountability is back in style, like it or not. And it's for everybody, it's not for just any one individual. You're the only one that needs to be. No, everybody. That's just the wave of the future. Right. So you'll see a lot of things, really happening in the world during the 2026 year. It is a 1 year. It is about a new beginning, and the new beginnings are not going to be able to sustain the old ways, the ways of manipulation, deception, trickery. No one everybody's got a right, no one's got a responsibility. It's not going to be like that. Next card that comes up is the Queen of Swords. So behind the scenes, I feel like there has been an investigation. I definitely feel an investigation. I feel like there's a discovery. I feel like for some of you, this is not brought to your attention at this point, but I feel like it's right there. Like, the King of Swords did show up, and that would absolutely be that energy of I'm going to lay down the truth. I'm going to lay down the clarity. I kind of feel like something's happening behind the scenes right now where there's a lot of discovery about information. Um, there's some sort of communication that's happening and information that is being discovered. I kind of feel like it was on the, like it wasn't absolutely all put together yet or something like that, but I feel like that King of Swords is going to be the one who, and again that Emperor is out here too, is going to be the one to present this energy or this information of what was done behind the scenes, in an unethical, maybe even illegal way, circumstance, situation like that. Let's get some clarity on this messenger of water. Messenger of water, messenger of water. Give us some clarifying energy on this messenger of water. This feels to me like that energy that wants to come in, offer an apology. It gives me the energy of, I'm coming in because I care about you and I just think you should know. It just gives me that too. Ugh. I just think you should know before it gets brought to your attention. No, they know it's coming to your attention, whether they tell you about it or not. They just want to try and spare themselves from their role or their part in this situation, is how I'm feeling about this. Again, take what resonates, release what doesn't. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if this message resonates with you. There is a hype button you can click that really helps this channel, and I would appreciate you hitting that if this message does resonate with you. First card that comes out is the Ten of Pentacles. Not surprised there. Again, I feel like someone has definitely done something and that has, wow, five. There's been a lot of conflict, drama, competition in regards to a Ten of Pentacles. And again, I cannot say this enough. If someone has interfered with you serving your life purpose, living your life purpose, doing what you are here to do, and someone chose to sabotage that, do something, uh, something like that, I absolutely believe you will be put on a new path, heading in a new direction, maybe serving a different purpose in this lifetime. But doing that, like the spiritual ramifications for someone doing that, like they're just plain old either stupid or foolish or all the above, because that is the last thing I would think anyone would want to be under judgment for, is sabotaging someone serving their life purpose. It just will not end well. I just don't see it. But nonetheless, I do feel with this Ten of Pentacles is this was destined for somebody. This is fated for someone, um, and I feel like it could have even been fated for the person who sabotaged someone, but ultimately that could have been their ultimate sacrifice, right? By trying to sabotage someone else, they sacrifice their own Ten of Pentacles, their own legacy, their own Ten of Pentacles. That would not be a good thing. But I do see that Five of Wands on the bottom of the deck, so it's very well indicating to me that there was some sort of conflict, competition, possibly involving, or surrounding a lot of chaos and confusion, a lot of drama, that sort of thing. But I'm feeling whoever I'm reading for, like whatever this Ten of Pentacles is, like I said, if you're on the higher vibrational frequency, and I know a lot of people think, well, it means for every, sign that you're reading, there every sign has a positive and a negative. We have you know, what we show the world, and we have that shadow side that nobody gets to see. Our ultimate goal in this lifetime is to face our shadow side and to, balance that shadow side out, right? I like I said, if somebody was wanting to get to the top of the corporate ladder and had to sabotage and step on everybody and do all that to get where they are, you will see those people crumble. You will see those people fall. You will see them get put to the back of the line. And you will see those rightful people who are meant to be in those positions elevated. Big, huge energy happening right now. Very powerful energy. So, Six of Cups is showing up out here. Again, I feel like in the past, does give me the energy of a past. It can be around, look, even the Six of Wands is showing up, which is fantastic because there's a victory. And again, there's that work card. There's a truth that's coming out about a sabotage, about a betrayal that has happened regarding someone's either work, their career, their, it can be family. It can't even be family that did this. You have to take what resonates, release what doesn't. But I feel like there was somebody who was destined, possibly from the time they were a child, to reach this level of victory and success. It gives me that vibe of, being in their life purpose or aligned with their life purpose and walking in that. And somehow there was a betrayal that has happened or has taken place, or a sabotage that has happened and taken place. And I feel like, no doubt, because you don't see the justice card come out unless there's been an injustice. And to start this reading right off with the judgment card tells me there is going to be judgment rendered and justice being served. So, again, take what resonates, release what doesn't, place yourself where you fit. Don't try to make anything fit. That's not the way this works. Next card that shows up, and this is just some motivational, inspirational, and words of encouragement. This is from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck, and I feel like this is somebody who is destined and meant to really be at peace, right? Like sanctuary there. And there could have been a lot of, we did see the Five of Wands, where there's been a lot of disruption, a lot of chaos, a lot of conflict, a lot of challenge when it came to your foundation. Because I did feel that, and that is the opposite sign of you, that Cancer sign. For, there could have been really big challenges when it came to long-term stability and security within yourself, within your home, within your family, whatever that is. And the next card at the bottom of the deck is showing as change. The winds of change are here. Times are changing, things are changing, everything is changing. And it is ultimately destined to and fated to be in peace, in harmony. And like I said, it's like we are all here to create heaven on earth. And if you're not part of the solution, you are definitely part of the problem, right? And so you're going to see a lot of clearing out, a lot of judgment being rendered, a lot of scales being balanced when it comes to that type of energy. And all I think anyone needs to do right now is look around and see that. There are a lot of people who can take accountability for things that they've done. And that's great, because that will absolutely um, help ease the judgment, the justice, all of that sort of things. But then there are others who will not. They'll fight till the grave. They'll die on that mountain, is how I'm feeling. But I do feel like this is about someone's dreams. This is about somebody's dreams coming true. Somebody could even have dreams. um that seems to be a big thing, like I do know how about that sort of thing. And like, if when you dream things and see that, look, ancestors, I was going to say, for, getting messages and insight from your guides, your ancestors, your loved ones on the other side, the Most High, anything like that. Like, I feel, be mindful of your dreams. Dreams that you remember are not dreams, they're messages. And they do take us having to really decipher what those dreams say and what they mean, because they don't typically always come out crystal clear, like, oh, yada yada yada, this is the way it is. Like, you'll dream about something and then give it some time, and then all of a sudden you'll start seeing all the dots connect, things fall into place, and the dream makes sense to you. So that would be my recommendation for that. Yes, compassion is the next card. So I do feel like somebody is either going through this transformation right now, or they have been through that transformation. I'm kind of feeling, because it's sitting in the middle of all of this, that somebody is going to go through a transformation. And I feel like it's important for you to be compassionate with yourself while you're going through all of this. And I feel like it's as a result of the discovery of the betrayal. I feel like, that really kind of brings somebody through a transformation, and having to like shed that old skin of the person that they once were, because I do feel like it is life changing. There is a truth, there is a clarity, there is that forever eye in the sky that looks down and knows fact from fiction. And it's interesting because I always feel like, why do humans think, I'm a human myself, but why do humans think that they can get away with things forever, or cover things up and lie and manipulate things, and that they're never going to be found out? Because it's typically not the way it works, right? I don't know that to be true, like that it's always going to be hidden. I don't believe that myself. So, again, take what resonates for you, release what doesn't. But I do want to just let you know to be easy on yourself and compassionate with yourself. You can see this is someone's higher self looking at them as they go through this transformation. Whatever this truth and clarity that's being brought to you could really, rock your world in a very, in a big way, because I mean it's like going through your entire life only to find out like none of it was true. I really am feeling, we've seen this recently where there was a person who um, just discovered, I think her mom was, I don't know, for 42 years since the person was a child, one of the parents had hidden her, changed her identity, and then all of a sudden one day the parent 40 something years later gets arrested for parental kidnapping or something like that. And this is the first time this person is recognizing and realizing, and like her whole world changed. None of it, everything was a lie. She wasn't who she was told she was. Like all of these things, I could only, my heart hurt for that person, an innocent child who just never knew, right? She just never knew. It was a very wow moment when I was listening to that and watching the video on the parent being arrested and all of that stuff. And it was just like, imagine, living 40 some odd years only to find, I think it was like the girl was like 45 at this point, and she's just discovering that she was never who she was told, who she was told she was. She was never that person, right? Like everything, her whole life was an entire lie. And then you have to wake up. That has got to be just who, right? World shattering. So the next card we have out here is the card of gratitude. So I feel whoever this is that is going to go through this transformation and really just have an illusion shattered upon a discovery of a betrayal, of a, some sort of betrayal. I feel like they're going to rise above this. Again, I can see their higher self guiding over them or guarding them during this transformation. And I see them having this transformation in this crowning moment, and they're able to come out fresh and healed and new, right? And look, bottom of the deck, all the butterflies are all about transformation. So it is important to surrender to this, right? It's hard to fight the truth, it's hard to fight reality. I know a lot of people like to um, cast illusions and confusions and distorted and play along with this illusion, and really some people really believe in it, like they believe the illusions and they're comfortable with that. This is not that story. This is a story about a discovery of of a shattering of an illusion that was not real. I do feel like somebody accepting the reality for what it is and having to move forward from it. But there definitely is showing to me that there is some sort of betrayal that is being shattered, that it's being illuminated, it's being brought to the light so that someone can move forward in reality, not the illusion. Piscean age could carry illusions, confusion. Aquarian age will not. I can assure you that. The next card that comes out is expression. So there could be a lot to say. Maybe somebody has spent a great deal of time not expressing themselves or saying anything about certain things, trying to keep the peace. I don't feel like that's going to be them anymore. It gives me that energy of somebody feeling very comfortable and confident and now expressing themselves, how they feel, what they think about a situation. This gives me the energy of somebody really stepping in their power. They're no longer accepting that distorted energy, is how I'm feeling with all of this. And let me grab one more card before we end this reading. And again, please don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Love. I love this, right? This is bringing peace to a situation. This is allowing somebody to build from a solid foundation of, from that place of peace, of knowing, of truth, of clarity, of stability. And the bottom of the deck is trust the process. It may be very uncomfortable going through this transformation and this transition, but don't lose faith. Always have faith in the situation, faith over fear. You can see this person feels secure with what they know, being able to get where they want to go, riding on this deer. But this person has the butterfly wings. They've gone through a transformation. They can get themselves where they want to go on their own 2 feet. With these wings, they can fly. They can release that security net, that, even that false sense of security that they have, and able to move forward. What's underneath that? Playfulness. So be mindful of taking the time to have fun, get together with friends. Doing things like that will be very beneficial for you as well. I do hope this message serves you well. I thank you for taking the time to listen, and we'll talk to you on the next one.